Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live, and the show that has the main event of WrestleMania has put on a card that would be worthy of that show here tonight. Every match on this card is a big one. Every match on this card is one that you want to see, and the crowd in attendance here have been treated to an absolute spoiler. 2 title matches and the main event of WrestleMania in the ring with one another as well. We have got so much to explain to get to that. First, you see it right there, the Young Bucks and War Machine squaring off in their rematch from when War Machine won the tag team titles from the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks want them back. We'll see if they get them back here tonight in what could be a very competitive tag team match between these two rivals. They know each other well, they know their strengths and weaknesses, and they're going to try to exploit them to become the winner and the tag team champions, of course, here tonight. That is, of course, not the only title match, though, that we have on tap here. Right after that, when we move straight into the second one, and the second one is going to be just as big as the first one. The Smackdown Live Women's Championship is up for grabs. Becky Lynch and Nikki cross. Lynch, almost a year ago that she lost her Women's Championship to Winter at WrestleMania. She looks to recover the Smackdown Live Women's title. The title that she has hunted for so long. The title that she has desired to have around her waist. Can she get it off the demented and deranged Nikki Cross here tonight? Or will Cross's reign of anarchy continue on the Smackdown Live Women's roster? There is so much to talk about, but we've got it. But because time is limited, the only match left to talk about is the main event. And what a main event it is. I said WrestleMania main event in the ring with one another, and indeed it is. Tag team matchup here. Kazuchika Okada was told he could have any partner of his choosing, and he went with Kota Ibushi. And of course in that fatal 4-way matchup for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Tonight, though, he teams with the Rainmaker and the Royal Rumble winner against Roman Reigns of the Dangerous Alliance, and of course the WWE Champion, the man who is looking set to head into WrestleMania and head out still with his gold, Bobby Fish. It's going to be an electric night of action here on SmackDown Live, and before we can even get to any of that, I've noticed out of the corner of my eye, Paul Heyman is making his way towards the ring. And here he heads towards the ring. Heyman has been talking his mouth for the Dangerous Alliance as of late, and especially for Bobby Fish. And it seems if it wouldn't be a go-home show to WrestleMania if that didn't happen here. Heyman making his way up into the ring now. No Fish by his side, no Roman Reigns either. It seems as if he's going to deliver it by himself. Heyman looks to be in good spirits. He looks to be trying to amp everyone up. And I wonder what for. There's the usual intro, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, blah, blah, blah. And again, the topic of discussion is Kazuchika Okada and that main event of WrestleMania. Now, the time for talking has almost reached an end. The time for action is quickly approaching. And if Okada... Jesus. If Okada has learned anything that the rest of SmackDown Live should have learned by now, it is all hail Bobby Fish. Bow down to the man who makes SmackDown Live the brand that it is. Yeah. And it keeps going. Jesus Christ. Heyman says that we should all be bowing to Fish, and if we're not doing it at the end of tonight, if we're not even doing it right now, then we'll be doing it at the end of WrestleMania, when the hopes and dreams of Kazuchika Okada and SmackDown Live fans alike are dashed, because no one can stop the god that is Bobby Fish. And if Okada, Ibushi, Zayn, Punk, any name wants a piece, and any name wants to find out what that is like, well, they can see what it's like tonight. Okada gets a little piece of the puzzle, gets a little piece of it all, but when WrestleMania comes around, he gets the whole treat, and he realizes he cannot handle Bobby Fish. You would be surprised with everything that has gone on. We are this close to WrestleMania, and Heyman and Fish are still this far up each other's arses. Like, for this to actually be happening is pretty bombastic. They have realized, right, that on far more than one occasion, Kazuchika Okada has had their number, has been able to do something to prove them wrong, has been able to get the slip on them, not even the slip on them, has been able to, in front of their face, cause an issue. And yet, they still act like Okada has no chance whatsoever. They still treat him like an underdog. I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say anymore. They are so in over their heads that it just feels as if there is nothing left to say to those two. We will let tonight be a telling of the tale. And we will, of course, let the main event of WrestleMania tell the rest of the story as well. But that is, of course, all to come. As for right now, we have this here. 2 title matches to kick off Smackdown Live. We can gloss away from WrestleMania for just a brief bit of time and focus on this tag team matchup here. And then, of course, the Smackdown Live women's matchup that follows. The challengers, the Young Bucks, already in the ring, awaiting the arrival of these men. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Hansen and Raymond Rowe, heading towards the ring, looking to defend their titles once more since capturing them from the Young Bucks just a little over 2 months ago now. Or maybe it just might be just two months ago. Might be correct in saying that one, but it was a great work by War Machine to win those titles. It's been great in them watching them defend those titles and be a great tag team. However, we saw that this match is going to be very personal between both sides as a result of last week. War Machine celebrating their victory over MK Ultra, cut short by an attack, a blindsiding attack by the Young Bucks, proving that although this tag team rematch is on, the Young Bucks do not want to let War Machine go easily. They do not want to treat them easily. They are going all out in the attempt to be tag team champions once again. And I mean, it's tactics like that, as much as I don't really like to admit it, that are gonna be the difference maker for the Young Bucks. It's tactics like that that are going to win them the titles. Because War Machine is bigger than them, stronger than them, tougher than them. The Young Bucks are faster and they can be a lot more underhanded, shall we say. That is basically their only chance of success, I believe. They've got to utilize that to their advantage, because if they just go into a straight power battle, if they just go with practically how they went last time, they're not beating War Machine. You see the champions there standing in the corner. They look in the zone. They look ready as ever to retain those titles. I don't know who to put my money on. It could be a 50-50 either way, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if either team walked out with the belts. That's for certain. Referee takes the titles off them. And the first of 2 title matches here on Smackdown Live is about ready to begin. Here we go. It's going to be Matt Jackson starting things off against Hansen in this one. Powerhouse of War Machine against the... I don't really know what Matt Jackson would be of the... Young Bucks. They're both kind of equal in their own right. Perhaps the more egotistical one, I think might be the correct term we're looking for here. You notice as well, no Kenny Omega at ringside. Omega and the Elite wanted the Bucks to win those titles back by themselves with no outside interference. Countered the dropkick there, did Hansen up on his shoulders. Great speed there by Matt Jackson to slip his way out of it. Has Hansen down now and just ran into the turnbuckle. Yes, that really happened. Off the ropes here, though. Matt Jackson looking to continue. And this time he's able to climb to the top rope. Hansen looked to roll away from the ropes there, but rolled right into the path of a Swanton Bomb. Early move, but a very, very potentially devastating one as well. Can do a lot of damage to you. Was looking for the tag in. There was Matt Jackson. Denied it and gets a forearm in his back for his troubles. Hansen now sends sends Matt Jackson into the turnbuckle and makes the tag now into Raymond Rowe. War Machine looking to fire on all cylinders here. Hansen stood in the ring there with Raymond Rowe, perhaps looking to deny the opportunity for Matt Jackson to tag in his brother. Nick wants that tag, but right now he can't get it, because Matt Jackson's in big trouble. The stomps being applied here, but very quickly Matt Jackson counters his way out of it there. Off those ropes. Oh, moonsault, but he definitely didn't get all of it. You can almost feel it by the way Matt Jackson was clutching onto his ribs there. Just collided, essentially, with Raymond Rowe, but he keeps going here. Size advantage or not, that exploder suplex in the corner was a very, very Good move to hit there. Tag made. What are the Bucks thinking in mind here? Got him in store for something. Super kick. Package pile driver combo. Early cover now. Looking to try and capture those titles. Raymond Rowe just tells him, nope, that is not happening. Well, here's your notice to the Young Bucks that they're going to have to put on a bit more if they want to be tag team champions again. DDT there. Raymond Rowe goes down. Matt Jackson quick to stop him. And he goes up to the top rope here. The more agile of the two, the younger of the two. Goes for a swanton bomb of his own. Misses the target though as Raymond Rowe is able to get out of the way. Clubbing blow in the gut there. Went for some kind of leaping, might have been a leaping cutter, leaping DDT, and oh, Hansen tagged in here. You see Nick Jackson just backing it up a little bit. And now looking to try and bring the big man down, and that forearm certainly did the job. Again, Nick goes up to the top rope here. Some way away from Hansen, but that's not going to stop him. Moonsault there by Nick Jackson. Into the cover after it, hoping for the tag titles to return to the Young Bucks. But Hansen denies it with a good kick out. Surprising the fact that they're giving up so much weight here, but they're able to keep a very strong degree of control in this matchup. Tag made here. What do the Young Bucks have in mind? Super kick! Happy days. In position for something there, but Hansen countered it. Brings him up on his shoulders, and quickly the pace of the match changed around there. It was essentially a wasteland now. Has led Hansen to have control in this one. And I know what's on his way. You thought the Young Bucks moonsault was impressive. Take a look at this one by Hansen. Even the referee was startled by it. But denying there the opportunity for War Machine to hit their finishing maneuver was Matt Jackson. And risking it all to be tag team champions. Sunset flip to the outside. And here we go now. Hansen looking for that target of Raymond Rowe, but very quickly shut down and denied. In the turnbuckle we go. Tag made. And again, the Young Bucks keep the moves coming. The strength of Matt Jackson with an enziguri of Nick throwing in there. And again, Raymond Rowe looks for the tag, and again he's denied the chance. Oh, but a nasty collision there may have cost Matt Jackson big time. Death Valley driver. The Bucks were looking really good there, and in a strong position to perhaps regain those tag team titles. But Hansen doing his best here to turn the match back around for War Machine. Nick Jackson counters it though. Sends him into the corner of the Young Bucks, only to get counted out of it right away. Forearm shot though in response. Elbow into the corner. And a tag has been made here. Are the Bucks looking for it? They're seeking to become two-time champions with a Meltzer driver that plants Hansen's head into the mat. The cover after it, and the count that follows. 1, 2. Hansen kicked out. And this one has stayed alive. War Machine, more importantly, have stayed alive. Matt Jackson in now, and you can see that Hansen is taking all those blows and just throws Matt Jackson to the turnbuckle. Runs at him. Tag made. Return the Indie Taker with a big move of their own. Down with that leg drop. And maybe down with the Young Bucks regaining their titles. In for the count, and Nick Jackson's there to break it up. But Matt was unresponsive there and is now in big trouble. Capture suplex and nowhere for him to go, because here's the strength of Raymond Rowe right now. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. Is there anywhere for Matt Jackson to go that isn't in the control? Oh, of Hansen. What the hell? No, Raymond Rowe with a ball. Oh my God. An overhead belly to Matt Jackson that could have crushed his back there. To the outside, no less. I mean, this match is over, but War Machine want to prove that it is just. Swap it around. The move still the same. Hansen down with that leg drop. And the cover that follows. Nick trying to cheer on his brother, but it is all for nothing. War Machine have retained the tag team titles. That was a big time rematch there and a big time fight. It almost felt like at one point War Machine had to come from behind to win. Nick Jackson did everything he could to try and keep his brother in it. But Matt was out after that first one. And that belly to belly over the top rope was a surefire way to end it. Fair play to War Machine. They knew that what they had to do to retain those titles, and they did a surefire job of doing it. Congrats to them. Again, I don't know, with the Young Bucks out of the way, I don't know if Future Shock have what it takes. And therefore, I don't know if there's a tag team right now on SmackDown Live that can beat War Machine. And I say that with this division stacked full of teams like the Revival, the Ascension, teams that have been champions before. But War Machine right now are looking a caliber above the rest. Whether that'll remain true or not, we will find out. But one thing is for certain, they are the tag team champions. Anyway, one title retained. Will it be two? We'll find out up next. Nikki Cross, Becky Lynch. This one's going to be good. And here we are. The second title match of the night. The crowd's still buzzing after the first one. And I can't wait to see what happens in this one either. Both these women want that belt badly. Becky Lynch, when the women came back round in this universe, was the one to fly the flag high the first time. She won the women's championship. It was back before they was split into brands. She was the women's champion. Both Raw and SmackDown Live, she had that belt. She defended that belt. But when WrestleMania rolled around last year and the returning Winter came around, she couldn't deal with it. Winter was too much, as she was for pretty much everyone there was. Winter won the belt at WrestleMania, and she didn't get another shot at Winter for about 5 months. When she got it, arguably a questionable ending, but then Winter saw it off the second time round. However, the woman she faces here tonight ended Winter as we know it, ended the reign of Winter, beat her in a rematch, and we haven't seen her since. That is what Nikki Cross did to Winter. That is what Nikki Cross did to the woman that Becky Lynch couldn't beat. What is she going to do to Becky Lynch now that the title is on the line? Nikki Cross has been SmackDown Live Women's Champion now for over 4 months, and she has looked dominant from the very day that she won that belt, defending the belt against Winter, Bayley, and now Becky Lynch. Can she hold on to that gold again? That is the crucial question we ask you. Does Nikki Cross remain as the champion, or does Becky Lynch find a way to overcome these odds? This is just like the match beforehand. This is a match that can go either way, but that gut feeling within me and that, I guess, fanboyish nature within me is telling me to go Becky Lynch. Just because it would be such a great thing to see Becky Lynch once again holding that women's championship. But make no mistake about it, going through Nikki Cross is not going to be an easy feat at all. It's not going to be something where you just walk in there and beat her. Because it wasn't. This woman run roughshod over the NXT women's division. She's the first ever NXT women's champion. She won that belt twice. She dominated both times she was champion. She lost the belt the first time in a triple threat match. She wasn't involved in the final four. And then when she regained it, she looked even more dominant. She retained the match in a fatal four-way. She retained the belt rather in a fatal four-way. Within a night of her losing the NXT Women's Championship, she was SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And she has been champion ever since. Becky Lynch, however, wants to be the one to take it away from her. Make no mistake about it, this one's going to be competitive. And I really, really can't wait to see how this one pans out. We saw Just a taster of last week, what these women are willing to do to each other, though. Becky Lynch came out here and admitted that this is do or die for her. If she can't beat Nikki Cross, she doesn't know what's next for her. But she said she was going to fight with everything, because what Nikki Cross calls a hobby, Becky Lynch calls her career. What Nikki Cross calls a stroll through the park, Becky Lynch calls a fight for her life. And she knows this is a fight for her life, because last week, Nikki Cross attacked her backstage and powerbombed her down onto an executive's desk. Bad blood or not in this feud, that doesn't matter. What does matter to Nikki Cross is just beating anyone up. And that's exactly what she did to Becky Lynch last week. Here we go. SmackDown Live Women's title is on the line, and Becky Lynch has not forgotten last week. She comes out of the turnbuckle swinging at the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. How do you overcome Nikki Cross? How do you beat this woman? How do you beat a woman who probably doesn't even know what the word tap out means? Who probably doesn't even know how to submit? How does Becky Lynch pull off a victory? I mean, this is just, right now, what we're seeing here is Nikki Cross. She was just more than happy to take those shots. And the first move she returns back is a neck breaker. Cross now. Oh my god, what a Luther's press takedown. That one was timed it perfectly. And now slams Becky Lynch's head into the mat. Over and over again. Cross up on that second rope, demanding that Lynch gets up here. Becky Lynch in a precarious position right now. Cross flies and takes her down with that drop kick. Lynch had a decent start, but it's been the SmackDown Live Women's Champion since then, and she has got in some powerful moves. Lynch, though, counters that suplex and returns with one of her own. Becky Lynch knows to win she has to target that arm. But how do you take apart Nikki Cross? How do you make Nikki Cross submit? I just don't know. In a way, I don't see it either. Cross just flinging Lynch across the ring now. That was dangerous. Caught her in the gut there, though, did Lynch. Flies in with that clothesline, and Cross rolls to recover. Becky Lynch, though, isn't interested in giving her the time that she needs. Right back in the ring she comes here. What a suplex there by Becky Lynch. Cross can hold on to her back, but Becky Lynch knows this is a fight. There's no time to have a break. And she certainly isn't going to give Nikki Cross a break either. But Cross is fine with that, because she'll return the favour to Lynch. Jawbreaker there. Flies in. Just flew her weight in, essentially. And just hope that something would stick. And again, she calls Becky Lynch up to her feet here. Again, she may look for that drop kick. Off the ropes, and again, she nails it. Becky Lynch taken off guard by, and for the first time in this matchup now, Nikki Cross looks for a cover on Becky Lynch, seeing what progress she has made. And Cross lets in, and Cross is informed after that one count. And there's that deranged mind of this woman. Just drops to the floor and starts attacking it, essentially. Starts flailing about on it. Was that because of the one count, or was that just because Nikki Cross's mind told her to do that? Counter there by Lynch. Goes for the clothesline. Misses. And oh! Knife edge chop there. Lynch goes down, but she's right back up to her feet and catches Nikki Cross with a hard uppercut there. Lynch now has got to start the fight. And indeed she is, because here come the Bexplexes. And again, Nikki Cross rolls out of the ring. But Becky Lynch ain't going to let this derail her momentum. Going to look for that suplex back in the ring again, and once more she will get it. Whether or not Nikki Cross tried to fight back, we don't really know, but she slides out of the ring there. Becky Lynch allows her back in, but a quick reverse DDT upon being allowed back in the ring shows that Lynch ain't giving her respect. Lynch is desperate to become SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and who can really blame her? Leg drop there, and again now, Lynch off the other ropes, and back with the leg drop. Lynch up to that top rope now. She's looking for it all here. You can feel it within the last kicker that she wants to do everything it takes to be champion. Cover here on Cross after that trio of leg drops, and it still isn't enough to secure a 2 count. Oh my, she gives her one little room of opportunity, and Nikki Cross strikes with a Samoan driver. Cross just tearing in her face. She didn't look to follow up. She didn't look for that fisherman suplex neck breaker. Cross is continuing to go now, though, with an all-out brutal assault on Becky Lynch. And right now, Lynch is having no response to everything the Cross is inflicting on her. Chinlock applied. Maybe I spoke too soon, because there's the fight back now for Becky Lynch. Catches her with a few shots in the face. Cross sends her over the top rope. Oh, and that shoulder tackle there. So much force put in there. We go to the outside here. Nikki Cross's playground, as it can also be known. Oh, this is not where you want to be if you're Becky Lynch. Cross-armed. Oh! Neck breaker, but instead of being brought down onto the mat there, onto the padding on the outside, brought down into the shoulder of Nikki Cross. That is going to jar your neck. Becky Lynch, though, fights back and doesn't want to decide it out here. She climbs up the top rope. Cross slides in the ring. Oh, she did not get all of that leg drop or whatever she was looking for. Becky Lynch, though, still has control a little bit here. Cross counters, though. Lynch counters in retaliation. And Lynch finally starting to hone in on the arm now. Trying to take away all of the big moves from Nikki Cross and try and get that big move of hers locked in for that submission victory. Looking for the disarmer, while trying to deny Nikki Cross her chance to hit that big move. That Saito suplex, though, took a lot out of Lynch, as has this match as a whole. Lynch slow to move in, but she gets the cover. There's the count, and there's the kick out by Cross. I think that was almost evident that was going to happen, but Becky Lynch just wanted a hope of ending this matchup here. What an uppercut, though, by Becky Lynch. She is fighting, and she is fighting with everything she's got. But Nikki Cross looking to take that fight out of her. Becky Lynch, though, with a hard forearm shot. Cross dazed. And yeah, flipping around. Becky Lynch rolls up Cross. Here's the desperation being sunk in. Lynch wants to do anything to be champion. That desire overcoming the need maybe for a submission victory. Drop kick. And Cross goes down. Lynch with all of her might now. Fisherman suplex. Exploder. But she can't bring herself to her feet. She crawls once more. And she knows now that she has to go back to some big moves before she can go for that disarmer. Cross is in trouble right now, though. Maybe I spoke too soon again. Counter by Cross. And look at the strength of her there. Oh no, she waited her time, but she's going to look for it now. Nikki Cross brings her in, slaps herself on the face for the fisherman's suplex. Neck breaker. And with nowhere to go, this could be it. 1, 2. Becky Lynch kicked out at 2 and keeps her hopes alive. Oh, but Cross just sadistic there. And she sits in the corner now, and Becky Lynch gives her a response. Gets right up to her feet, only for Cross to stop her in her tracks right away. Oh, Lynch is in trouble. Buckle bomb by Nikki Cross. Fight back, though, by Lynch is still on. Nikki Cross wanted to try and shut it down, though. These two women, neither now gaining the advantage. Lynch feeling the effects of the suplex neck breaker. She just slams her down there, just to give her a window to work with. Becky Lynch, though, she feels something. She throws her into the turnbuckle here. Lynch now going to go after that arm again. When she locks it in, has she done enough to make Cross tap out? I don't know. Does she need to apply more than one to get that tap out? It may well be the case. Becky Lynch going to look for this exploder again. Nikki Cross with no response to it. And Lynch finds herself in position, maybe. It has taken a year to get to this moment. Could it be the sweet taste of the Women's Championship? She locks it in, but Cross flails her arm and gets to the ropes. Lynch hoped that rolling through there might have given her an advantage, but maybe the fatigue just made her roll in that general direction, and it assisted Nikki Cross. These two women have given it their all for that title. Make no mistake about it. Lynch countered now by Cross. Back suplex by the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And you see her working with a purpose right now. Nikki Cross has almost realised, after that disarmer, that her back could be up against the wall. Becky Lynch though able to counter it. Cross counters her though in retaliation. Has her up on her shoulders. And the Samoan driver will plant her in the middle of the ring. Cross though won't look for the cover. Once again, she will make Lynch wait before applying that finishing blow. This time, she wants no fight back from Lynch, but Lynch is giving her just that. Slams her down on her own arm there. How much more can either woman give? And again, another Bexplex comes out to play. Can Becky Lynch do anything more? Can Nikki Cross do anything more? They have thrown caution to the wind to be SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and what a match it has been as a result of it. Lynch now launches herself, her whole body there at Cross. It was like she was trying to guillotine her throat across the ropes. Anything to gain an advantage, and third time here with that Bexplex. She drags Cross. She sees the window. And she sees what's on the other side. Becky Lynch with a disarmer to Nikki Cross. Will she tap? Will Cross tap out? Oh my God, she will! She will! Becky Lynch is the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And you see it in that celebration there. The desire for as long as she has waited for this moment. And that moment has come true for her tonight. Becky Lynch has waited a year for this. And this moment must feel oh so sweet for her. She overcame Nikki Cross. She overcame the assault last week. She overcame everything that she had thrown in front of her for this one moment to celebrate. Congratulations to the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. And I am so glad to be saying that for a talent like this woman, because she has deserved it. She has earned it, and now she flies the flag of the SmackDown Women's Division. She flies that title high. Whereas Raw is chaos between Rosemary and Paige, there is an honor, there is someone who cherishes the belt, and there is someone who anyone can look up to now as SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Becky Lynch, I applaud you. You've done it again. What a win. What a match. Nikki Cross's rematch has got to come, and I am so excited for it. We got to move on here to SmackDown Live. We got to keep going, and keep going we shall, with a big time match. Up next, it's Brock Lesnar in action. Yeah, against Finn Bálor. And well, here we go. Here he is, the Beast, awaiting Best versus the Beast 2, awaiting Last Man Standing. This Sunday at WrestleMania with CM Punk. Brock Lesnar right now though gets ready to dismantle a different opponent. Gets ready to dismantle Finn Bálor within the confines of this ring. Brock Lesnar there must be at least an etchling of Brock Lesnar that is excited for this Sunday. And Lesnar heads towards the ring for his match. There's Punk. CM Punk this close to WrestleMania, jumping his opponent, yeah. Punk has Lesnar down on the ground. The best has jumped the beast. This close to WrestleMania. CM Punk is striking at Brock Lesnar right now, and he's going to make him feel the pain. Go to sleep to Brock Lesnar. But Punk ain't finished yet. Punk ain't done by a long shot. He's got more business to attend to. He's got one last thing to set up before WrestleMania, and that is taking it as much as he likes to the beast. This is going to hurt Brock Lesnar. This is going to be felt heading into WrestleMania. This will be totally legal in Last Man Standing as well. Punk has Brock up. Pile driver through the table. Make no mistake about it, when WrestleMania comes around, no love is lost between bitter rivals. Oh, good God, it is happening again. Though with those two men, I'm not going to oppose it, I'm not going to argue against it, because Jesus Christ, those two men despise one another. They want to rip the faces off one another. They want to kill each other, and this Sunday, they get that very opportunity to do it. I cannot wait to watch it, but I fear for what is going to happen in that matchup. There is nothing on the line, there's no titles, there's no respect, there's no thought of getting a victory in some ways. It is just about flooring the other one until they can't get up. It is just about leaving the other one down until they can't get up for a count of 10. It is Best in the Beast 2. It is Last Man Standing. It is at WrestleMania. And make no mistake about it, it is one of those big matches on the card. I just cannot wait for it. But at the same time, I fear what is going to happen. Anyway, we'll have to move on from that, as Lesnar, by the way, got up to his feet by himself. No assistance required. Lesnar got up to his own feet and walked off. So we'll see what will happen this Sunday with the bad blood between those two men. But right now, Shinsuke Nakamura heads towards the ring. Speaking of WrestleMania, of course, at WrestleMania, Nakamura will be in the ring with Finn Bálor, Kota Ibushi, and Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title in a fatal four-way. But right now, he's got this man to contest with in one-on-one action, rekindling an old rivalry. But Kevin Owens has not granted Nakamura the time for his entrance. Kevin Owens doesn't care about those kind of things. Owens jumping the King of Strong style at the bottom of the ramp there, and this one is on prematurely. Nakamura making him pay for it. There's a landslide into an early cover. Owens kicks out right away. And here we go now between these two men. I make no mistake about it, there is no love lost between these parties. They've had their battles in the past. They've had their hatreds with one another in the past. And they are just adding to it here tonight. Powerbomb to Nakamura, who hasn't even had time to take off his jacket yet. And Kevin Owens is continuing to go to work on him. Dumps him down there into the cover. Look to put away Nakamura here. That could be the move that could win Kevin Owens the Intercontinental title this Sunday. Of course, he could pin Nakamura to do it as well. No champion's advantage applies. Owens had to jump on Nakamura there, and he's feeling awfully confident about himself now as this match continues on. Package. Fall away powerbomb there to Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, and look who's decided to show up. Kevin Owens was in control. He was supposed to be in action a moment ago. And oh, Nakamura will capitalize on it. Kinshasa to Owens. Bálor screws over Owens before WrestleMania and grants Nakamura the victory. Finn Bálor will be opponents with Nakamura this Sunday, but tonight they shared one common goal, getting one over on Kevin Owens. For all that Kevin Owens has done, it is time to return the favor, and indeed they just did that right now on Smackdown Live. Does this help Nakamura going into this Sunday? Not really. Does it annoy Owens though heading into this Sunday? Absolutely. We'll see if they'll pay for it, but one thing is for certain. Owens just got played by opponents, but also, it seems, allies. See if that means anything heading into this Sunday, but one thing's for certain is the other man in this matchup is the ally of a certain someone right now. Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada in tonight's main event to go up against the Dangerous Alliance. We may get Fish and Okada just that little bit early. And it is main event time on the go-home show for Smackdown Live. It is the possibility that the main event of WrestleMania will collide in this very ring here tonight. And the thought of that, I gotta be honest, is very, very not only enticing, but exciting. And I cannot wait if it happens, because oh my god, you are going to see the blood boil and you are going to see the animosity grow between the two men. Bobby Fish and Kazuchika Okada. But before we get to that, here comes the man who of course will be the fourth participant in that Intercontinental Championship matchup, Kota Ibushi. What a time he's had. A few months ago, you know, he was doing okay in the tag division. Future Shock were almost tag team champions, I give him credit, but he was not looking like he was going to appear at WrestleMania. Then he had a great Royal Rumble. Then he was the runner-up in the King of the Ring. And since then, the snowball has just been rolling for Kota Ibushi, and he has been taking all of it in his stride. And he heads into WrestleMania now, even though he's an underdog, with a great chance of being Intercontinental Champion. And it's almost the same that can be said for this man. For some reason, he is viewed as an underdog in the eyes of Paul Heyman and Bobby Fish, but it is anything but the case. This Sunday, this man walks into WrestleMania with one simple challenge: to be WWE Champion. He heads into that event as the challenger, the Royal Rumble winner, the man looking to end the legacy that Bobby Fish has created for himself. Kazuchika Okada is ready. Minor concussion or not, that won't stop Kazuchika Okada. We saw it last week on Smackdown Live. He was told not to show up, but he saved Sami Zayn from an attack by Paul Heyman and Bobby Fish. He saved them and stared down his WrestleMania opponent. On more than one occasion, Okada has laid Fish out with the Rainmaker. But it was that one fish hook that changed it all. It was that one fish hook that could have given Okada a concussion. And it is potentially, if Fish is looking to try and hit that hard and try and look to screw people over that badly, it could be potentially that one fish hook that changes WrestleMania. There is the likelihood that it could happen. I don't want it to, but there's the likelihood. And you saw in the crowd there, along with Kazuchika Okada, the crowd were pulling off the Rainmaker pose. And here comes their opponent. I'm surprised this man is out first, given his ego, but of course he will make the very last entrance at WrestleMania. It is Bobby Fish, and he is heading down towards that ring with another look of vengeance in his eyes as he prepares for this match with Kazuchika Okada this Sunday. I can imagine that he isn't happy that Okada is here tonight. He isn't happy that Okada was here last week. He just isn't happy in general, let's be honest. It is Bobby Fish at the end of the day. Doesn't matter if he's teaming with Roman Reigns or not. Bobby Fish is just not in the mood for antics like this. Bobby Fish just wants to be at WrestleMania. He just wants to be pummeling away at Kazuchika Okada, and he just wants to still be WWE Champion, as he has been for all but 1 month. Ever since July 2016. As a matter of fact, that's the WWE Championship. If we were to go to every championship he's held since he's become a singles wrestler, it would be January 2016. Imagine that. Over 2 years now, Bobby Fish has held a title. And for only 1 month, he was without a belt. And that was the month of September last year. Every other month, he has held a title. Yes, January does count, because he left the Royal Rumble as the WWE Champion, but the question is, will April count towards it? Will he leave WrestleMania as the WWE Champion in that main event? The match to close the night. It is not as personal as Best versus the Beast, but it is just as, if not more meaningful. Because while Best and the Beast is about two guys settling business with one another because they hate each other, this is about the foundation of SmackDown Live. This is about the legacy of Bobby Fish. This is about the WWE Championship. Only one man gets to hold it. Bobby Fish wants it to be him and no one else, forever. Kazuchika Okada, SmackDown Live, and myself wanted to change hands. I want to usher in the era of the ace, the new ace of SmackDown Live. Usher in the era of the Rainmaker. But to do that, of course, we just have to wait until WrestleMania comes around. I've got to be honest, my impatience is growing with every passing moment. I want it to be WrestleMania already. If we could not have these shows on the way to WrestleMania, I would be okay with that. The bell rings, and we are underway here, and Bobby Fish is going to start things off. How brave, how noble of him. Starting things off here against Kota Ibushi in this one. Okada going to stand out on the apron. Maybe he is resting that minor concussion after all. Maybe he doesn't want to get too much involvement in the ring. Or maybe he's making Bobby Fish wait for him. Because lo and behold, we know that Fish has snapped as of late. We saw him a few weeks ago on SmackDown Live after he gave Okada that minor concussion, screaming out, "All hail Bobby Fish." There are two kinds of people who say something like that. A dictator and a man who is feared. And a man who is in fear. And I do not believe that Bobby Fish is a dictator, but I do believe he is in fear. I believe he is fearful of Okada, fearful of losing his WWE Championship, fearful of heading into WrestleMania champion and leaving it with nothing. We just have to wait and see if that is going to happen. I want it to. I gotta be honest, I really do want it to, but this is Bobby Fish we're on about. He has beaten everyone who has come before him. He has beaten Shinsuke Nakamura. He has beaten Finn Bálor, I think. He has beaten Sami Zayn. He has beaten Kevin Owens. He has beaten CM Punk. He has beaten Brock Lesnar. However, he has not beaten this man who just tagged himself, who just got the tag in here. He has not beaten Kazuchika Okada. And here goes the Rainmaker now, rekindling a few things with Roman Reigns. Chinlock applied here, sitched in on Reigns right now. Kind of at a high angle, he's more or less just tearing at the eyes there of Reigns. As I said, rekindling their match from a few weeks ago in which Okada walked out the winner, but was the victim of the fish hook that followed, if I remember correctly. Look in the back there by Okada right now. He's looking good. Looking like he hasn't even been hurt, in all fairness. Looking pretty damn fresh here, but Roman Reigns looking to make life difficult for the longest reigning NXT champion. Backing him up here into the corner. And oh, it is happening. Fish just got obnoxious enough to tag himself in because he saw that Okada was weakened. He saw that Okada was in a little bit of trouble. And here we go now between these two men. Oh, and the moment Okada has his hands on Fish, the moment Okada can see right, he is in control. The WWE champion right now is in the clutches of the Rainmaker, and there's nowhere for him to turn. Because he is on the floor of the mat. He is on the floor of this ring right now, and Okada is able to do whatever he wants. Fish cannot stop right now. Fish can't stop him. He gets in that little punch up on the shoulders of the Rainmaker here. Death Valley driver by Okada. Fish is going to be wishing that he never tagged in. Okada thinking tombstone. Fish counters it though. Tombstone of his own. Okada's legs are in the ropes though. Fish decides to not pin him. He is tagging here, tagging in Reigns, and Ibushi meanwhile will get the big tag. Here comes Ibushi now after Roman Reigns. Dropkick after dropkick to Reigns, and a third one will ground him down. And while Okada recovers on the outside, Ibushi does the job in the ring. Gorgeous standing moonsault. And then another from the top rope. Cover after by Ibushi, hoping he's done enough to put away Reigns. But no, Reigns kicks out at 2. This match has almost broke itself down into a 2-on-1 handicap right now. Heyman with a close eye on it, but Okada trying to recover on the outside. Ibushi on his own in the ring here, but more than able to hold his own against the big dog. Beautiful Falcon Arrow there, and look, Okada back on the apron. Reigns was calling around there, perhaps looking for the tag, and Ibushi making a very clumsy error. And oh, Fish will totally capitalize on it as well. Ibushi sent into the ropes. Reigns able to take a moment to get himself up to his feet here. So too does Ibushi. Ibushi actually gets up first and is swinging at the WWE Champion. Sends him to the outside there. Northern Lights suplex now, and Reigns is all alone. But the champ is right back up on his feet. Fish is standing there again. I wonder, is Fish chomping at the bit to get his hands back in this matchup? Seems so. Tag mage here. He's more than happy to fight Ibushi, it seems. Just not Okada. Looks for something there, but Ibushi counters. Oh, beautiful leaping DDT. Standing corkscrew moonsault as well. And oh, look who's getting involved. Heyman gets himself involved here. And that allows the Dangerous Alliance once more to take control in this matchup. Tag made now. And Ibushi gets caught with the numbers game. Oh, but look who just tagged himself in. And look who's quick to get out to the ring as well. Fish is more than happy to get himself out ASAP, because Okada's in right now. And Okada going after Reigns. STF camel clutch applied. Great submission hold being stitched in here on a big guy like Reigns. Fish is more than happy to just stand out on the apron and do nothing though. Reigns is still able to fight his way out of it, but he's feeling the wrath here. Heyman getting involved. Okada takes the chair, slapped Reigns in the face, took the chair away from him. Forearm shot now. The chair couldn't save Roman Reigns. Death Valley driver into a cover after it. Oh, Reigns still able to kick out early though. And oh, with his back turned, Fish is more than happy to swing at Okada. Trying to play mind games with him there, and Okada just basically shrugged it off. Didn't care. Went back to business. Reigns is still in a lot of trouble here, but a big swing and another strike. Oh, but Okada turns him round here. I thought for a second Rainmaker was on the cards. Gorgeous back suplex though. Oh, and oh, he's looking for it. He's looking for it. He ain't listening to Heyman. Rainmaker drags him over to their corner. Covers him here. Fish didn't get involved. He stood back. Fish just watched on and allowed Okada and Ibushi to pick up the win. This man can say whatever he wants about how great he is, but what we learned tonight is that Fish is running scared of Okada. The legacy of Fish. All hail Bobby Fish, and for what? He couldn't bring himself to go face to face with Okada. He couldn't bring himself to be locked in the same ring as him. He couldn't bring himself to break up that fall there. He let the Rainmaker finish the job. Something else there from Bobby Fish. Cowardice reaching a new level. And as Okada and Ibushi celebrate their win here, oh, Oh. Fish has just got in the ring by himself here. And although Okada wanted to celebrate the win, instead he goes face to face with his WrestleMania opponent right now. They are hours essentially away from meeting, and Fish pushes the face of Okada and gets the hell out of there before the Rainmaker can even swing back. Fish trying to play mental mind games. Okada just ready for WrestleMania. And look at this. Okada with a microphone in hand. And no translation either. Okada speaking on Fish's level. Do all you want to me on Smackdown Live, but come WrestleMania, the time has come. All hail Bobby Fish. No. Bow before the Rainmaker. It is Okada's turn to play the mind games. It is Okada's turn to flip the script on Bobby Fish. We're all with you, Okada, at WrestleMania. We all are on the side of the Rainmaker.